So welcome to this Joy Sports special. My name is Daniel Crankton. Today our guest is Black Stars forward and LA Galaxy player Joseph Painstsil. Joe, Charlie, thanks for joining us.
Bless, bro. Bless.
I'm sure this is the longest holiday or winter holiday you've had as a professional since you started.
Yeah, it is. But it was also a short period for me because I need to do some things also in Belgium. So some things were really impromptu. I need to book my flight, go stay there for 1 week, make sure everything is really done. And I just came back again, just spent some 4 days, and I just need to travel again back to Belgium, spend some days, and then back to business in LA.
Wow, very, very, very hectic.
Yeah.
LA Galaxy. First of all, sorry, congratulations. Congratulations,
Thank you.
You're a champion.
Thank you.
Your
Thank
first
you.
season in the MLS, you were a champion. Just, you've played now, you've played in Europe, you've played in the MLS. What are the differences like?
The only difference is how popular Europe is, and the only difference is in MLS is, you know, they don't really take, like we call it, like football like in Europe. They call it like in, I think, soccer.
Yeah.
So it's not something that is really something big, but they are more into basketball and this handball or what they call it.
Baseball.
Yeah, baseball and all these kind of things. Now that the football is really getting to be known, especially among the people in the United States. So I think that's the only difference, because it's the same football, but just that it's just how they call it in two different countries.
You're doing so well in Belgium, very, very well. In fact, if you look at your last full season in Europe, across, when you compare to what Ghanaian forwards did in Europe, you were top 3 ranked in terms of goals and assists. Most people in that transfer window, most of us suspected you would make a bigger step in Europe, then you went to the MLS. What informed that decision? Why LA Galaxy? Why MLS?
Yeah, I think it was the right decision that I made. I never regretted it. As you can see, I just wanted. I am a champion. So, there was some clubs that were really interested, but you know, sometimes it's not only about playing in Europe. It's also about playing and also making sure that everything that is surrounding you is really being taken care of. You know, football is football, no matter where you find yourself at. You have Neymar, you have Messi, you have Ronaldo, you have
Baby
Jet, you have Marco, you have, you know, all these kind of players. They just left Europe and they just back in the States. Some of them are in other countries. But playing in another country, that doesn't mean that it's not a country for footballers. It's a country that also love football, so you being there is a plus. So I just made my decision to play in the United States because it was the right decision, and I didn't make it alone. I made it with my twin sister and my mom. Especially, it just came at the AFCON, so I was like, yeah, why not? If it's a good deal for me, why not? So I just took it, and yeah.
Nice. Let's. I'll talk more about like culture. So when you look at Europe, and you alluded to it earlier on, the fact that Europe football is the biggest thing there. So it's more serious business. In America, it's not too popular. They just go about their football. Yeah. You play in LA. LA is like the glamour city in America. How is it like when you go to day-to-day training? You are seeing all these stars around. We saw in the MLS last season. Serena Williams, Kim Kardashian, them were visiting stadium, obviously because of Messi and co. But you live in LA. People like Zlatan have played for Galaxy, David Beckham have played for Galaxy. The stars love the LA teams, and obviously with basketball, with the LA Lakers and co. How is it like juggling day-to-day football life when you see all these superstars almost every day?
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really exciting, especially you seeing these popular people in the stands. It gives you the extra energy to do more, because you just want them to know exactly who you are. Also, you know, because even with that kind of connection, it can give you a favor for you to be connected with them. You know, especially when you play very well and they really like you. You know, they will be commenting about you and they will be saying good stuff about you, and you know, it's a plus playing in the United States, because it's a really great opportunity for not only footballers but a lot of people, because it creates a lot of opportunity, like with musicians, with football, with basketball. It makes the community really come together, especially. So we seeing them on the at the bench or maybe at the stands. It really makes us feel really proud and always want us to give a lot of energy, especially when we are playing, because seeing Zlatan, we have Donovan was also there.
Yeah.
The final, a lot of players were there, all players were there, so it gives you that kind of feeling to give extra. So it's really a plus thing, and I'm really excited that I found myself being in LA and everything is moving on really good.
Let's talk briefly about your Black Stars career. Most Ghanaians didn't necessarily know you before you hit the Black Stars scene. You played briefly here, then you went abroad. But in the season leading up to the World Cup, you were literally one of the best players in terms of Ghanaian players playing abroad. The season, that was 2021-22 season. At the end of that, you did brilliantly well. At the start of the 22-23 season also, you were banging in goals, assists. And then you missed out on the World Cup. We've spoken to ex-Black Stars players who have missed out on World Cups and how painful it is. What was going through your head when you were told you were not going to be part of the 23?
It was strange. I was unhappy, but I need to always accept the outcome that always comes. We are millions of Ghanaians who wants to play football, and the coaches make their own decision, the staffs, everybody make their own decision to take whoever they want to take. It's their own decision that they make. I have no say. All I have to do is just to focus and just doing my best whenever I'm being called. But I felt really disappointed, sad. But this is life. Sometimes what you want is not what you get, and sometimes in God's way, maybe it wasn't the right time for me also. But at the end of the day, there's more World Cups ahead, and I wish and I hope that if we qualify for the next World Cup, I might be part of the team. But I was really disappointed and really sad at that moment because I didn't know what happened. But it is what it is. Football can be ups and downs, disappointments, and failure and everything. But for me, it was something different.
Yeah.
But I really need to accept it.
JP, I need to ask you this because during the squad announcement in Accra, I asked the head coach, Otuado, why you specifically were not in the team. Then he told me he had a private conversation between the two of you, and he wasn't going to tell me the reason. And then I asked again, and he basically said, I should come and ask you. So
he said you'd come and ask me?
Yes, he said he wouldn't
Was it
tell me.
before the World Cup, right?
Yeah, before the World Cup. He said he wouldn't tell me what he told you, but if I really wanted to know.
When he was calling the players?
Yes. So I'm asking, what reasons did he give you as to why? Because from what we sit, when we look at the footballing reasons, you look at attackers, you look at the numbers that they generate, we think you should have been in the squad. But what reasons were given you as to why you were left out?
Oh, that's it's not easy. He said you should come and ask me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the same reason as he gave to all the players. Like what I said in my interview when I was interviewed in our preseason in Genk. That was exactly the same thing that he said. But we it's something really strong for me to say now, because it's bygone. So I just wanted to pass, and we just focusing on the future, because if I really talk now, maybe it's gonna be something different, and people are gonna also react on it. I know they need answers, but like what I said in the interview, like the last time I said about not being goals and assists, and all these kind of things. Like it's what's in the papers. Like what I said, like football is not all about goals and assists. It's a little bit strange for me, because as a coach, if you need players who's gonna help the team, is players based on performance and how good they were in their season. And if a coach tells you football is not about goals and assists, then what is it about then? I'm not a defender though. But, you know, I just need to accept it and just move forward. I'm not going to lie. So it is what it is. You know, I need to accept it. But it's bygone be bygone. What has passed has passed. We solve our differences and we just focus on the better Ghana and the right phase for us to pass so that we can make the Ghana Blasters a better place and where we need to be as Blasters few years back. So we need to just make it happen and just put what has happened at our back and just focus on the next.
Okay. So in the spirit of focusing on the immediate tournament that followed was the AFCON. That one you made the squad. You played the first game. You impressed in the first game. And then the funny thing is, I don't know if you've obviously you know this is your career. You've played 2 AFCONs for the Black Stars. You've played the opening game of both AFCONs. You've impressed in the opening game of both AFCONs. Yes, the second game you are benched.
We have to ask them. We have to ask them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on. And, you know, like I said, it's their decision. It didn't happen once, it happens twice. Yeah. So if these things are... coaches. Yeah. But it's their own decision. I need to respect it. As a player, I cannot go forth and back with them. It's not like me being in LA Galaxy and the coach does this to me and I need to approach the coach and be like, why did you do this? Why did you do this? You know? Because in all, there was no tangible reason for doing that. But I'm not the only player. I'm not the best player in the team. Everyone is not the best player. We are all contributing and making Ghanaians proud. So if I do something that Ghanaians have really, you know, accepted me now because of what they've seen, that's what I need to show them because that's the most important thing. I will always do what I need to do for Ghanaians and the people who love me and even the people who hate me. I will just do whatever that is possible. For me, I will just put on my strength and whenever I'm being called, I will just give my best and just do my best for the country. But whatever that has happened, it has really happened. 2 AFCONs, playing first game, bench second game, 2 times. It's football. It's something that I cannot do anything about.
The difference between the 2 AFCONs was you were brought back into the starting lineup for the last game. That's in Côte d'Ivoire, early 2024. And then you were subbed at halftime. We were leading 2-0, considered 2 last-minute goals, ended up crashing out of the tournament.
Oh, that game.
And yes, that game. And then the head coach said he subbed you at halftime due to fatigue. You had played 90 minutes, you hadn't played the second game, then you played 45 minutes in the first half, and you were fatigued. That's why you were taken off. Were you told that I'm taking you off because I think you are tired?
No, there was no such communication.
So when was the first time you heard that was the reason why you were subbed?
After the game, after the press. That's when I heard. But I didn't know anything about me being fatigued in the dressing room or me being subbed because I'm fatigued. No one came to me and tell me, oh, Joseph, it's because you are tired, that's why I take you out.
No, were you tired?
I wasn't. If I was, I would have told them, at least. But no one told me anything. No coach came to me and be like, hey, Joseph, because of this, that's why we took you out. You know, we also like communication.
Yeah.
Coaches always say they always love to communicate with their players. It's something that we players really likes. You need to come to us, communicate with us. This is the reason why I'm not using you. This is the reason why you are not playing. I'm not bigger than anybody. I will respect every decision, you know. I'm not bigger than anyone, even I'm not bigger. There are better players who are even better than me, but it's grace that has really brought me where I am now. So if someone needs to do something, then they need to just communicate. Like the coaches always said, oh, if you're a player, you need to communicate with the coach. What's wrong with you so that the coach can adapt things. That's the same way for them to also communicate with us. Because if you don't communicate with us, that's where the ups and downs always comes out because there was no communication. Nobody came to me and tell me anything. All of a sudden, I'm just out.
Let's talk about the future with the Black Stars. Now, when you mention the name Black Stars, Ghanaians are troubled. It's been poor result after poor result after poor result. From where you sit, when you sit in the dressing room and you look to your left, you look to your right, you see players playing in the Premier League, La Liga, Ligue 1, the best leagues in the world. Yet when you go on the pitch, you are not getting the result. What in the dressing room? What's the sort of conversation that goes on around with the playing body? Not with the head coaches and anybody. When you guys are talking amongst yourself, what do you guys think the problem is?
Especially if the results are not coming.
Yes, when the results are not coming.
We are humans. We feel how Ghanaians feel. The disappointments is a lot. We understand, but now football is football. You cannot win every game. Blasters used to be like Blasters 10 years ago that, okay, if we meet this team, we are going to score them 4 and we will score 4 or 5. You have all these kind of players, Asamoah, great striker, you have Muntari, you have all these kind of people. They were doing all whatever they need to do, But, now there are a lot of changes. There are a lot of countries that you think maybe this is a small country, but it's not a small country anymore because every country have a player in Europe that is playing in Europe.
Yeah.
So if someone is playing in Europe, which means the country is still strong, if they have those kind of players. No matter how big players that you have or how strong that you have or something, sometimes it's all about luck. Sometimes it's all about hard working, communication and everything. And it doesn't mean that we are not doing that. We are doing it, but the results is not coming. It's like you always applying for a job. It doesn't come, but one day it always comes. You feel disappointed, people are going to bash you, insult you and all that kind of things. It's okay, we are used to all these kind of things. But it's also something that is also really sad for us whenever we go on the field to give our best for the nation that we always fail. We always think about it. People will think that, we don't care. It's because we are playing in Europe, we come to our motherland and we don't give whatever we need to give. But trust me, if someone talks to each and every player, nobody comes from Europe or to the national team and say, I'm just going to play whatever that I need to play and just go back. Because national team is also a trials for you. The more you perform, the more consistent you will be in the national team. Yeah. So if you're not performing, then someone is also going to take your place. Yeah. We feel really sad, really disappointed, but there's nothing we can do. The only thing we need to do is to just come up stronger and just fight for Ghanaians and just win this World Cup for them. Because now is the time for us to win the heart of Ghanaians with the World Cup. Because that's what they are really, they really want now. Yeah. So we need to work hard and just do everything that we need to do. And I know the players, my other colleagues, are really also thinking about the same thing. There's none other player who will be like, no, I don't think about the failure that we are messing up in the national team. I feel it, even though if I'm not there, some other players also feel it. Even our captains, they also feel it. Yeah. So it's something that we feel it. So Ghanaians should really keep supporting us no matter the ups and downs. We will always fight and do our best. But if the result is not coming, they should just, keep fighting for us.
You said something very interesting. You said we should trust you. It's not every player who comes in and thinks that, they are just coming to give off something and go. So it means players come into the national team and they give a certain level of seriousness to the national team. That's from your point of view. But the notion from outside, when fans look into the stories around the team, is there harmony in that dressing room, that Black Stars dressing room? Do you guys get along really well in the dressing room?
Yeah, the players, we all get along. Especially, you can see we always post videos of we dancing, having fun and all these kind of things. We are together. There's no separate group, let's say, this group is their own group and they don't care or all these kind of things. No, if it comes to football, we come together. But as an individual or something, everybody has his friend that he can communicate with, play games with. I also have Joseph Edu, Gideon Mensah, Ziggy, Amate, all these guys, we also, play Ludo and all these kind of things. So it's something that we all do that, Yeah. You have people that you play with. I'm really free with Kudus and Kamadin and all of the players. But that doesn't, people maybe think that, maybe there's a division in the team. But since I came to the Blasters, I've never seen any division in the team since I really entered the Blasters. People outside are going to talk for sure. Maybe they've seen something that we've not seen. You understand? Yeah. But for me, being in the national team, since I started the national team, I've never witnessed or feel or really seen something like that before. I've never ever seen that. But if someone from outside have seen something like that, I don't know. I don't think it's really like true.
Let's talk about something really interesting. Your music career. First time I knew you did music was, I think, 2022 before the World Cup. That's when I saw one of your first songs. But you released one just before the MLS Cup final. That's Blessings.
Yes, please.
Yes. When did you start entering into music like full time?
Yeah, I really loved music when I was really young. I always lead worship when I was young in church.
Okay.
So it's been part of me.
What church?
I was attending House of Favor in Fadama, Bombay. There's a small church there. It's called House of Favor. That's where I started. So I lead sometimes worship and praises sometimes, So it's something that I really love to. I love listening to worship song and all this kind of stuff. So it's something that I always wanted to do. Yeah. But it's not something that I want to do after my career. It's something I love to do. At least, to entertain myself and to entertain my fans that I have, the people that loves me and the people that hates me. Just to entertain them, So it's just something that I really love to do, and I'm still doing it. Today I just came from a shoot with Bisake Day. Okay. We already have a song, so we just shoot a video, and the song is gonna come up so very soon. Yesterday was Goku Flake and Joe K. So there's a whole lot of things that are really coming on. Just doing this for.
Do you write your own lyrics?
I do sometimes.
Okay. So the Blessings you wrote.
Yes, I do.
Nice. So as a footballer, how do you balance the two? Because I remember when you won the Western Conference or the Eastern Conference final, LA Galaxy posted it. The MLS account posted you guys celebrating with the song in the dressing room. How do you combine the two? Going to the studio, recording, writing music, whilst also going to train every day playing football?
Yeah, I always do it in my off days. Okay. So sometimes I do it when we have some few days, like since I didn't come to the national team. Yeah. That's where I started to record it. Okay. So it was 2 times and I wasn't present in the national team due to injury. So I used that kind of, space for me to fill out what was left. So it's something that I've been doing it really more because I really concentrate on football. Yeah. But whenever we have some breaks, I sometimes love to do music. Even when we are done with training, football is done. So sometimes I record my music in my house. I have one guy who comes to my place and we record together. So it's something that I really love to do, and I don't really go too much into football whilst the season is on. Because when things are not going on, those are the same people who were praising you, be like, oh, I'm focused too much on football. We know them. I'm ready for them. They are gonna do it. Even if I'm not saying this season is not gonna be a good season. It's still gonna be a good season. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. I will be scoring goals for sure. I wouldn't be sitting down doing nothing. But if things are not going on, sometimes footballers, we have ups and downs. If things are not going on, sometimes you have people that are going to criticize you. You need to accept it, because without criticism, you cannot even move forward. You cannot even be the stronger player you have to be. Yeah. So you need to accept it and just move forward. No matter what they say, they just say it in social media. If they cannot come to you and say it to you, then you don't lose nothing. So whatever they say about me, and even if it doesn't go on and they say something about me, I accept it and just laugh at it, especially my PRO. Sometimes he sends me something. Sometimes he just deletes them, without me knowing. But sometimes I just tell you, just leave it there. Even if I see it, I'm not really going to be mad. Yeah. If you insult my mom or something, I will be mad. But if you see me and you insult my mom, then I'm going to do with you, You can do it on social media because social media is free speech. You can do whatever that you want to do. It's acceptable, but it will never be acceptable when I see you face to face and you talk something bad about me or my family. It's not going to be something really fun.
Gideon Mensah also does music.
Yeah, I know.
Asamoah played for Black Stars. He's also do music. Will you collaborate with any of your past or present?
Yeah, Gideon Mensah, he's my good friend. we talk a lot. I told him if he has some song, I can also hop in and all these kind of things. If he has something, he can also send it to me. And we are in good terms, so if he's ready, we will do it. But now I think with the calendar, it's a little bit difficult. Yeah. But whenever he has the time, whenever I have the time, we can always record. But we already talked about that. He's into the dancehall thing, and I can also do a little bit of dancehall, so I can also hop something into, because I have a song coming up. I'm waiting for Shatta to also release this, so I'm just waiting that it's gonna be very soon, because Shatta is really busy, guys. So we just give him that time, and he's going to do it, because it's through Prince Tego that I met Shatta Wale. And Shatta Wale is such a humble soul that he just told me, hey, just send me the song and I'm gonna do something, you know. So he already has the song, so we're just waiting for the right moment for him to hop on the song and for me to release the song. That's what it is.
Let's talk about your musical influences. Growing up, you say you were a worship leader, so I'm sure gospel is where your base is. Who are some of the artists who have influenced you along the way?
Oh, Cecilia Mafo, Celestine, Celestine. Donko, yeah. You know, all these old and worship nation worshiper. I forgot the guy with the arms cut, the nation worshiper.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. There's a lot, and there are some few young ladies who are on the YouTube always singing gospel songs. I really like it, and I have something that I want to do this year, to do a crusade for all the gospel musicians, to just do it in one place, for just people to just come and worship, and you know, sometimes it's good for you to all do that kind of thing. It's not always about with kids and all this kind of thing. It's good, but I've made my mind and plans that maybe this year, after doing my every year thing that I do, I will add this kind of things, so that you will have some gospel musicians there to also sing for people, to also be in the spirit and have their healings and be in the spirit to do whatever that they want to do. So it's also part of something that I will do this year.
Okay, JP, I'm going to play a quick game. 2 very quick games. First one. Name your all-time Black Stars 5-a-side. So past and present. Goalkeeper and then 4 other players.
Goalkeeper?
Yeah.
All time, including the old ones?
Including the old ones, past and present.
Yeah, I would just, for me, I would take Ziggy.
So Ziggy in post?
Yeah, Ziggy in post.
So 4 other players, outfield?
I would take, is it John Mensah?
Captain, Rock of Gibraltar.
Yes.
John Mensah.
Asian.
2 more.
Hey, I got 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're 8.
5-a-side, goalkeeper, 4 players.
I don't know 5-a-side.
So Ziggy in post. Ziggy in post, John Mensah, ACN.
Ziggy.
John Mensah, ACN.
John
Want to
Mensah.
go 2 top or another midfielder and a striker?
No, I need to play 1 defender, 1 midfielder, like the 2.
Yeah. 5-a-side, so one defender, 1 midfielder, 2 strikers. I can't 2 pair. Asamoah. Last one.
You see that I take some 2 strikers, maybe 5, maybe Prince Tego, and I say be sure. Yeah, coach, I come on. So serious. I think Antoniana.
You know the people you've left out?
I know, a lot too.
No Abedi Pele.
Oh, how can we? He be the best one. Who better me also count? Oh, no, me Timo, but
so I mean, he's different, guy.
He's different.
Okay.
He's like
Okay.
Charlie. I
understand.
really Charlie.
I understand. Okay, JP, in the Black Star Square camp, when you go into camp, who's the funniest person in camp?
Who else than Gideon? This guy is crazy.
Gideon Mensah.
He's built different. He's built different.
Interesting.
Especially when I'm there, I don't breathe. Really, I don't
Worry
breathe.
you, eh?
Gideon. Nah.
Let's talk about the quietest person in camp. He doesn't talk at all.
Jordan really doesn't talk too much.
I'm not surprised. I don't think anybody watching this will be surprised.
Yeah, Jordan doesn't really talk too much. Yeah, I think so.
I think it's Jordan, right?
Jordan and Iñaki maybe because of the tree. So
yeah.
I understand, but I think the rest, no, I think Jordan doesn't really talk too much.
Who is that teammate that nobody wants to cross? Like, you are afraid to offend him.
Afraid to offend him.
If you go in trouble, he will be in trouble. He will curse you.
Gideon Mensah.
Gideon Mensah.
Yes. Don't take your trouble to Gideon Mensah. It will bring you another trouble. Trust me.
Who has the best, this question I'm asking, I don't even know. Who has the best music taste in camp?
In camp, recently?
Yeah, best music taste. Like when you're all vibing, if you give the person the aux cable, he's going to play music that everybody will vibe to.
Like with their playlist?
Yeah. I thought it was you.
No, I mean I don't play any music like with the playlist, like with different kind of music, you know. Or you mean like in the team?
Yeah, in the team. When you are playing music in the team, you are vibing. Whose playlist is the best? Who has the best taste in music? Gideon. Yes, Gideon did everything.
Oh, not here. Can we uniform any? Oh, serious, we uniform any?
Who is the fastest Black Stars player?
I don't know. You have me. You have Bukari. Iñaki
is quick.
Yeah. Kamaldeen also. I think.
I'm sure you guys have raced in camp.
We haven't really. To be frank, we haven't raced in camp. It doesn't even come in our mind. So, but I think the 3 of us or the 4 of us, I think
the quickest.
We are the quickest in the Black Stars.
Who is your best friend in the Black Stars camp?
I have a lot too. I don't really have best friend, but I really have like really good
give me like
one.
3.
3. There are a lot. Let me just mention maybe Joseph Edu.
Yeah.
He's Jonathan Mensah. Yeah. Gideon, Joseph Edu. I already mentioned Joseph Edu. Yeah. Gideon, Ziggy, Manav. Look, there are a lot too. There are a lot.
So yeah, boys. Oh.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Nice.
I always vibe with them because I always worry them. I really always worry them. Yeah, I worry them a lot.
Who is the one Black Stars player that you wish you played with, that you've never gotten to play with? One Black Stars player. Be it past or present, maybe the person that's retired is still playing, but one player that you really wished you played with, but you've never gotten the chance to.
I think maybe I would have loved maybe with Abedi Pele or with ACN Dems and Asamoah Jan, you know, those squad. I wish I was also present there to play alongside with them.
Last one. This is the final one. I'm going to name 6 players, okay? And you have to rank them blindly. So if I mention the name, you give me the position that you think they should be in.
Now what if you say about Kuno?
So you have to gauge the team.
Upon him.
Party day inside.
Party day inside.
So I'll start with the first player.
Okay.
6 players. So if I mention the player, then you give me the number.
So if I mention that will be on the seat, then it goes like this.
Yes.
Okay.
So no, you can mention the player. So let's say if I mention Ronaldo, you can say Ronaldo will be number 3. Then I mention
any player in the world.
No, it's Black Stars player. I'm just giving you an example. So the first player is Mubarak Wakaso. 1 to 6. Where will you put him?
4.
4. Andre, the day are you?
You already want me to
Andre, the day are you? You can put him 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6.
1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. My captain. The only me dear. Wakaso, I said
4.
4.
So, Dede, are you?
Dede, I would say.
You the think
3.
3. Okay. So Wakaso 4, Dede 3. Thomas Partey. I give you a 4. I give you a 4 already.
But I don't want for now.
No, I give you say you want a 4. Where I say Partey Dede.
As well, is this fair?
It's but I give you a 4. I give you a 4. So Dede 3, Wakaso 4, Partey where you will take and put. Partey can be 1, 2, 5, or 6.
Partey is different. I'll go put Partey 2.
Partey 2. Okay. Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah, but Asamoah Gyan I'm going to first. Now that's go be ufra. Oh. You be boom yo. And you go commercial break.
Asamoah Gyan. 1, 5, or 6.
Oh, I got 5 on 1, 5, and 6.
Hey, they go beat you.
Maybe I'm not going to enter camp anymore.
Asamoah Gyan, 1, 5, or 6.
I'll put Asamoah Gyan 1 because he's the is it the all-time scorer? Yeah.
Michael Essien, 5 or 6. I say ever boo. Michael Essien 5 or 6.
Legend, I beg you. I don't know that this thing is going to happen. I don't know. I beg. Please don't be. They just trapped me. So I'll put Michael Essien. Bomba. She said me to 5 and I said me to 6. No one so boo flooding. Then them have basem. Awesome.
Then they're begging spree.
I will put Okay, make we. Can I swap?
You can't swap. It's called blind rate. You can't swap. So
I'll
5.
I'll put down 5.
5. The last one. Capito Steven Appiah. Come and beat him. So Opre, I give you Apple. So Steven Appiah 6. So Asamoah Gyan 1. Partey 2.
Mankasa.
Dede Ayew 3. Wakaso 4. ACM 5.
Make her 4.
Appiah 6.
You guys should help me now.
When you say if you be coach, I am ready. We, JP, we. Thank you very much, Joseph Painstsil, Black Stars and LA Galaxy winger. Thank you for your time. This has been another Joy Sports special. My name is Daniel Prante.